It's Dan Dixon from the MastoCast and Dan Dixon Music. How's it going? Welcome on into the pod. Hope you are having a lovely day, week, weekend, whatever it is when you listen to this poddy podcast. And yeah, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's been a couple of weeks. And what episode is this that we're on now? Welcome to episode number 104. 104. Thanks, people who listened to the previous podcast. Yeah, the previous podcast. When was it? 27th of April. 27th of April was the last one. What day are we on now? 19th of May. 9th of May. This will be my last podcast as a 33-year-old. I'm bloody 34 on Thursday. Yeah. My goodness. But yeah, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a lovely day. The weather's been a bit on and off recently, hasn't it? Like, obviously coming in at your Masto West weather report like I do at the beginning of every podcast. It's been mainly miserable. It's been mainly raining and shit. It's been horrible. But hopefully, it looks like it's going to turn around for Slam Dunk Festival, which is this Sunday. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's always a good day out, Slam Dunk. Always a good day out. And if the weather is on point, then it's the best. Then it's great. And it looks like this year's lineup is looking like the best one I've been to in years. Really, to be fair. Like, for the past few years, like, Slam Dunk has been like, it's always been like a good day out. And, like, I don't know, like, sometimes, like, even if there's just, like, 3 or 4 bands that I've watched that have been really good, like, I'd still have, a good day, because with it just being down the road, like, it's about an hour away from here, like, I don't mind it that much, but, this year's looking, like, really, really, really busy, like, I'm just gonna get the Clash Finder up now, for the bands that I'm gonna go see. I mean, Pest Control opening up the main stage. Very excited for that. Always excited for Harriet. They're gonna smash it. Angel Dust, of course, like just pure hardcore royalty. Dying Wish. It's still got Static Dress on the lineup, but I'm pretty sure they're I'm pretty sure that they have had to cancel for whatever reason, which is quite unfortunate because they're always a great band and new songs are sounding really, really good. But there's Guilt Trip as well. They're doing really good things at the moment. Looking forward to the new album that's coming out later on. Menzingers, I love the Menzingers so much. They're always fantastic live. And Sublime coming to the UK for. It's saying on the poster for the very first time, but I'm pretty sure I've heard some people saying like it's going to be the first saying it's the first UK show they've ever done. But I'm pretty sure like I've heard some people say like they've played before. But okay, I think I'm going to watch Sublime because I do actually like one of their albums and. You never know, they might never come over again. But yeah, Malevolence. And of course, I'm very excited for Knock Loose. So it's looking like a tight lineup, I've got to say. It's looking tight. Mainly in the sort of metal section. Oh yeah, there's Airplane. I'll watch A. Fucking see them doing nothing. The song Nothing, not actually nothing, you know. But yeah, there's a bunch of other bands as well. Like, thankfully, there's not many clashes for me. Really, I mean, there's a little bit of a clash between Sublime and Malevolence. Like, Malevolence start like halfway through Sublime's set, so depending how Sublime's set goes, I might either stay around for them or just watch half the set, then head over to see Malevolence. And I wouldn't mind seeing Good Charlotte. They are clashing with Knock Loose. I suppose like after Knock Loose's set, like there's about another 15 minutes left of Good Charlotte, so I'll probably catch like the last 15 minutes. And Good Charlotte, I do quite like them. They're all right. I've seen them at Slam Dunk before, and I remember them being pretty good. But like I don't like have like that whole nostalgic feeling about Good Charlotte, and I just prefer Knocked Loose in general. I know I've seen them like literally last year at Outbreak, but like Knocked Loose are that good of a band and they get that good live that I'm just like, yeah, I'll happily go see Knocked Loose again. And it looks like Malevolence are doing a closing DJ set. How funny. That'll be good. But yeah, there's other bands on there. Let's see, Beauty School, Unpeople, Cancer Bats are on there. Hawthorne Heights, Zebrahead making their 20 billionth Slam Dunk appearance, Goldfinger, Dashboard, Confessional, Take It Back Sunday, and there's some other like heavier bands playing as well. Like there's like Bury Tomorrow that are playing. Like Bury Tomorrow, I'm not all that bothered about these days music wise, but they do put on a good live show. I highly recommend watch them. I think they are starting like Sublime start like halfway through their set. So I'm not in a massive rush to see Bury Tomorrow. I have seen them a few times. Like you got all your other sort of like punky bands, like pop punk bands, like like your Motion City Soundtrack, Tonight Alive, State Champs, Start Atlantic, and there's some shit on there like Medina Lake or whatever, and but it's oh yeah, bloody hell, Take It Back Sunday on, Come Back Kid are on. Oh bloody hell, I might see if I can watch Come Back Kid actually. Yeah, so it's mainly like quite a metal day really, and they've messed around with the I think they've messed around with the actual site as well. So there's like 3 main stages. So there's main stage west, main stage east left, main stage east right. So there's like 2 main stages next to each other. So there's 2 at east and there's 1 at west. Well, there you go. So yeah, I'll report on that after I've gone there. Hopefully I'll remember it all, because usually Slam Dunk is the time I like to get merry and get a bit drunk. But I want to be there fucking early for Pest Control, smashing that fucking stage to smithereens. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Slam Dunk. That's my little preview for Slammy D. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Looks like the weather's going to be okay. So, fingers crossed it stays that way. Went to go see Basement. They played at the new Boom venue that's opened in Leeds. For those who might have known, Temple of Boom got then renamed to Boom. Ended up having to move house, basically. I believe like the landlord had to sell the place that it was originally at in Leeds, but they managed to find somewhere else, which is literally right next door to Project House, if you know Leeds all that well. Just on like the canal side, near like Canal Mills and like Armley and all that sort of place. If you know Leeds, you might know where I'm on about. But yeah, this is the first time I've been to Boom, and this was of course a Basement's album launch tour type thing, kind of like a mini thing that some bands you start to see a lot more bands do it these days, where they will release an album and they'll do like a smaller intimate tour, like in some odd like DIY venues and stuff like that, and sold out with Architects before a couple of times, and like there's a bunch more. Like they'll have no support acts or anything like that. They will just get up, play a 45 to an hour set, and that'll be it. Early night done, and I was very very much looking forward to seeing Basement do that. And this is, going off the back of their new album, Wired, which has been out for a couple of weeks now. It made the top rock album charts, which is really, really great to see. And it did really well in the vinyl sales as well. So, yeah, well done, Basement. And, the new album is really good. I'm liking it. It's a bit of a grower, this one. With other Basement albums, it's been a bit more like sort of... Well, I suppose, Promise Everything like grew on me quite a bit. Like, Promise Everything when that came, I was like, not sure, and then it grew on me quite a bit. But like this one is kind of the same. It sounds like Basement kind of experimenting a bit more. But like, it sounds good. It sounds good. There's some fantastic tracks on the album, and that sounded really, really good live. Like the opening track and the way I feel was really, really good. I mean, they're never going to be, for me anyways, they're never going to reach the, the heights of, like, Colour Me in Kindness and, like, the debut album, I Wish I Could Stay Here. But, like, it's still a really good album. I'm enjoying it. And, yeah, I saw them at Boom, and they played about 5 songs from the album, and all those songs sound really good live. And, yeah, and they played a lot of Colour Me in Kindness as well. They played, like, 5 songs of Colour Me in Kindness. So, like they started with like they opened the gig with the title track "Wired," which is the "Die for a Little While," like, sort of like one of the heavier sort of tracks off the album, and that seemed to go pretty well live. Like there was some people quite a lot of people singing along and dancing and all that, and then they went into another song off that album, and then third song in the set, fucking Covet, was it When I'm With You? And then everyone just started fucking stage diving and everything, and yeah, it was just fantastic. I think they finished with Promise Everything, the title track, which always goes down a storm. Earl Grey was in there from I Wish I Could Stay Here. Nothing from the last album, no, not from there. But yeah, it was a really good set. Really enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward to seeing them headline Outbreak Festival. Like when that, I'm feeling a bit more warmed up with that album, and like hopefully see some more. Like there's a particular track on the new album called Dead Weight, which I really really like, and I hope that they played that at Outbreak Fest. So yeah, it's always a pleasure to see Basement live, and even better when you see them in smaller venues. Like they're one of those bands who suit both small stages and the big stages like Outbreak Festival, and yeah, they're always in that sort of DIY punk mindset, no matter how big they are. So I imagine they'll probably do another tour, like either the back end of this year or next year sometime, and you'll see them in some bigger venues, I reckon. Like so yeah, looking forward to some more Basement, and yeah, new album's wicked. Give it a listen. Wide, it's called. So yeah, went to see Basement, and went to see the new Iron Maiden documentary called Burning Ambition, which came out about a week and a half ago, I think. Yeah, about a week and a half ago, and it's an Iron Maiden documentary. Why we need another one, I don't know. But I went to saw it anyways, because like I don't want to have to pay for like some of my cinema tickets like once a month. So it's cool that I can just like, okay, I'll go to this and I'll get a VIP chair for free and chill out and listen to some Iron Maiden. And I was kind of hoping for something new, something different, and they were saying, oh yeah, there's gonna be like never before seen footage and stuff, and yeah, but at the same time, why is there another documentary? Like this, like Iron Maiden are like one of the biggest bands in the world, of course, and there's more documentaries out there than people realize. Of course, we had Flight 666 that came out in 2009, I think it was. I went to see that at the cinema, and that was more or less about like the Somewhere Back in Time tour, where they visited all the material from the first album all the way to Seventh Son of Seventh Son. So basically the first 8 years of the band, they went back and just did that material. So, of course I did that. That Flight 666 documentary was mainly about like, Bruce getting the plane and flying the band and stuff like that, how that all came to be, and like visiting all the other countries that most bands don't tend to go to. So it's good on that standpoint. And there was like 12 Wasted Years, which is one of probably the first I Maiden documentary that came out in like the back end of the 80s, like after Seventh Son maybe, and like that's a documentary that talks about the band at that time. It's been a long time since I've seen that, so I don't know. Early days, I think, is it early days or was it early years? I can't remember. That was a DVD that came out round about the mid-noughties, like round about 2005, I think. And that's actually really good DVD. It's got like live concerts from like one of them with Paul Di'Anno doing the playing the Rainbow Club, which is a really good one, playing the Ruskin Arms, which is like a proper like one video camera like just watching the band like on their first album, which is really really cool. And they had then there was two Bruce Dickinson ones as well. There was one from Hammersmith Apollo on Number of the Beast tour, and one from Dortmund on the Peace of Mind tour. And on that DVD, there's also a documentary on that one where it talks about the first 3 years of Iron Maiden. The next documentary, Iron Maiden released Maiden England 1988, which was the live DVD from when they played Birmingham NEC on the Seventh Son tour. You know, remastered, all that sort of lovely stuff. I've got it myself. It's great, and they ended up doing that Seventh Son tour again in 2013, and that's when I saw them download on that. Yeah, it was really good. Again, another documentary going from, I think it was going from like the Peace of Mind album up until the back end of Seventh Son tour, just before Adrian Smith leaves. So, yeah, that was basically it, really. And so I was thinking, am I going to see some stuff that I've not seen before that's on, like, throughout Iron Maiden's, back catalogue or the life or whatever, on this new documentary that's out? Am I going to see some, like, the Somewhere in Time stuff that's not very well documented? Am I going to see some more Blaze Bayley stuff? Am I going to see, some other, I don't know, like, just bits and bobs here and there? To be honest, it's stuff that I've already seen. Like, it was just stuff that I've already seen. Yeah, it wasn't a bad watch. I liked it, but at the same time, they were like, it's just funny how they made this big thing of this whole documentary. It's going to be in cinemas, and they had like a premiere and everything at Cinewell over, and like most of the band was there, apart from like Steve Harris and Yannick Gers, but like even Blaze Bayley was there. But yeah, it was just like, what's the point in this? What's the point in this? What? I mean, I know what the point is. Money, of course. It's fucking money. It always is. And it basically goes on about like the starting of the band and who left the band and who joined the band and everything that happened with Bruce and Blaze Bayley coming in. Bruce Dickinson's throat cancer and Nico leaving the band. All that sort of stuff. Like, it pretty much shows you like bits and bobs of that, really. And some of it kind of skips, like pretty much from Power Slave to like No Prayer for the Dying. So like, it skips like a few album tours and all that, and it starts like going on about Bruce Dickinson leaving, Adrian Smith leaving, and Yannick Gers coming in, and then just touches on the Blaze Bayley bit for a little moment, and yeah, it was fine. Like, it was like basically like one of the most documented metal bands in history they get a documentary. I was just like, it seemed a bit pointless, and like, if you're maybe like a new up and coming Iron Maiden fan, maybe this is like essential, but not really essential. A lot of the people who are into Maiden like live and breathe Maiden anyways, as have I, like, being a young kid getting into the band and stuff. But it's nothing new there. Like, they skimmed over quite a bit, like when Bruce Dickinson came back, and it was like, oh yeah, he came back for Brave New World and it was good again. And then it just basically like fast forward up to the point where he had cancer, so like skip like a good few albums there. Like, yeah, it's quite. I was hoping like the sort of quote unquote never before seen footage before is mainly just them like goofing around backstage or whatever, or like having like the odd little interview stuff. Like, there was the odd stuff that I saw that I've never seen before that I thought was like really really cool. Like, there was a bit like where they played in Poland, and like round about the early to mid 80s during Peace of Mind, or I was a Power Slave, one of the two. And back then, like Poland were under a lot of like sort of Soviet oppression and stuff like that. There wasn't a lot of bands like touring Poland at the time and all that sort of stuff. And and the way like it was sort of approached, like Iron Maiden like touched down into Poland, and it was like Beatlemania, like looking at all the fans just going absolutely crazy, like chasing like the tour buses, banging on the windows, like, oh my god, Iron Maiden and stuff. And like that was like, wow, that was quite cool to see. And yeah, that was it really. That was it. And like considering this was like this new big Iron Maiden documentary and all that, like none of the bands were like none of the band was on camera, like for their interviews. Like they like were, it was all like voiceover sort of stuff. Like I think Yannick Gers might have had a bit like about 5 or 10 minutes like airtime on it. Like none of the band were on camera, which I thought was a bit weird. Like there was a bunch of other people who were being interviewed. Like they had like Tom Morello, Lars Ulrich, and Gene Simmons on there, and like a bunch of fans with like different professions and from different backgrounds of life and that sort of thing. And yeah, that was it. And the thing is with like Iron Maiden's story, really. Look, I don't want to sound like I'm slagging off Maiden, because I actually love Iron Maiden. They're one of my favourite bands. I love them. But like Iron Maiden's story doesn't make for a particularly interesting one, really, if you think about it. Because Iron Maiden, literally from day dot, they release an album, they get bigger, live album. They release another album, they get bigger, live album. They release another album, get bigger, live album, yada yada yada. And then, oh my god, the 90s happened. It goes a bit shit. They blame grunge and all that sort of shit. It's not grunge. Grunge isn't the reason why Iron Maiden didn't do very well, metalheads, right? They didn't do well because they released shit albums and no one was interested in them. There you go. That's why. No wonder people love Nevermind and fucking 10 by Pearl Jam and all the Soundgarden stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was the reason. But yeah, like, of course, they're going about, oh no, they went downhill. Blaze Bayley came in. And then Bruce Dixon came back and then released an album, get bigger. Released another album, get bigger. Released an album, get bigger. With live albums in between all that, you know. So it's not like this ultra like really interesting story or anything like that. They're just hard working band. That's really it, really. Love Maiden, love the music. But it was yeah, kind of like yeah. Yeah, fucking hell. Anyways, that was Iron Maiden. Burning Ambition. And I was kind of expecting like the actual song Burning Ambition to pop up. Burning Ambition is actually a B-side from the Paul Di'Anno years, and that wasn't I was kind of expecting that like pop up in like the credits or something, but it didn't. Shame. But yeah, there you go. Iron Maiden, Burning Ambition. Like I say, I think it's good to watch if you're someone who isn't overly familiar with Iron Maiden and wants to know the bare basics of it. I think it's good for that. As a Maiden fan, I didn't think that was essential. Listen, well, watch even. So yeah, that's all I have to say really about that. But yeah, been listening to a couple more albums, and I've been dying to talk about this one actually. Been dying for the past couple of weeks to talk about this album, because this is an album by an act called Hot and Freddy. That's Hot spelled Haute, and Freddy Freddey. And the album's called Big Disgrace. And no, we're not going to talk about any rock or heavy metal here. No, this is a pop album. This is pop. Poppy, electronic pop album, right? I heard about this album on the True Cult Pop podcast, which is a podcast that covers a lot of different genres of music, really. Just because it's got pop in the title doesn't mean it's just pop. But they covered this album and proper sang its praises. So I was like, well, I've got to check it out. And I never really heard of them, like, anywhere else, just on this podcast. It was like, you got to listen to this album. So I was like, okay. And this album is fucking unbelievable. It's incredible. Like, it is absolutely... this whole album has been stuck in my head for the past 2 weeks. It's amazing. It's amazing. What we got here is some of the best pop music I've heard in a long time. Like, if you are a fan of Lady Gaga, Kate Bush, Duran, that sort of thing. Bit of Depeche Mode in there, maybe? Yeah? This is the album for you. If you don't find any joy in listening to this album, then I can't fucking help you, because what the fuck? This album is so fucking catchy and so good. Like, every track on here is utterly fucking brilliant. It's utterly brilliant. It's bombastic. It's camp. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like I said, if you like any of those artists that I've just mentioned, this will be for you. I will say, when the moment you push play on this, the first track might throw you off a little bit. It's a song called Symphony for a Queen. It's a very sort of bombastic sounding track. It almost sounds very theatre-esque. And it does not sound like the rest of the album. It's actually the longest song on the album, which is 3 minutes 59 seconds. And so, like, it's still a good song, though. It's still a good song, but I think it's actually might be the worst track on the album. Because after this song, you're listening to straight up 10 out of 10 tracks. They are fucking unbelievable. They are absolutely unbelievable. Like, fucking hell. Like, this is like early Lady Gaga fucking sounding shit, like, mixed in with, like, Kate Bush, and a lot of David Bowie influence in there as well, with, like, the sort of, like, 80s kind of, Let's Dance era sort of thing. I do believe, like, the singer, she dresses up in a lot of drag and all that sort of stuff. They got, like, this sort of jester, clown sort of thing, like, aesthetic going on, from what I've seen of some, like, of the live footage that they do. It looks quite cool, and, like, just looks all quite mad. But the music is just so good. Like, it's not daft or anywhere. It's just really, really well done. Like, fucking Freaks has just got this unbelievable, like, chorus. Let's say, all the pretty girls and all the pretty boys to get dressed up and go out dancing. Like, a lot of the songs are about dancing and shit, and just having fun, and just, like, looking cool. It's quite 80s sounding, but it's not, like, you know, honing in on trying to be 80s, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like, oh, we're going to make an 80s album. It's like they've got all these influences from that time and made it sound very current, like some Lady Gaga stuff, to be fair. But yeah, like Dance the Pain Away. Dance the Pain Away, I think, has got it could well be my favourite song, not just off this album, but of the year. It's like living on a prayer, like, fucking levels of incredible. I absolutely love this song. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Like, Femisteria, Fashion Over Function, and then there's, like, this song, 10th track on the album, Sophie, which, it sounds like fucking, like, Stevie Nicks' Seventh Wonder. Like, that's when it started bringing in a lot of the sort of acoustic instrumentation into this. And it sounds like Fleetwood Mac. It's brilliant. Oh, man. This album is, like, I wasn't expecting this to be, like, sort of shoo-ins for Album of the Year. But I think it might be. I genuinely think it might be. Like, it's between this and the new Converge album that came out a couple of months back, which I still absolutely love. But both those albums are, like, completely different. You've got one here that's just, like, really camp, bombastic, pop, electronic music. And the other one is just, you know, just grossly heavy, hardcore, frantic sounding like heavy metal punk music. You know what I mean? And yeah, this album's only 39 minutes long. Goes in a fucking flash. Doesn't even feel like 39 minutes. It goes like fucking 2 minutes. Like, that's how instantaneous and like brilliant this thing is. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I can't stop listening to it. And I think in terms of like their popularity, they're not the biggest band. Really, well, duo, should I say? I think they're now at like 1.1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, whereas like a few months ago, I think before this album came out, they were on like 80,000, something mad like that. And they played 2 shows in London recently, both at the Bush Hall, which I don't believe is like a big venue at all, but both of those shows were sold out. And when I was looking at like the dates on their website, like all of their shows are sold out throughout like, the US and Mexico and stuff like that. Sold out everywhere. And you know what's mental? This is a debut album. This is a fucking debut album. And like, this is it's probably a fucking 10 out of 10. It probably is. It is that good. It's fucking incredible. I can't stop thinking about this album. It's brilliant. Like, I loved the last Lady Gaga album that came out last year. I think this is better. Like, it's fucking amazing. Listen to this album. Trust me. Like, if you don't like it, then you're fucking weird. Straight up, what you doing? What you don't like it? What you fucking idiot or something? Sorry, I'm probably being a bit harsh there, but I can't fathom if you're listening to fucking like Scan to Lee Clad Woman, like fucking like. How can you not? How can you not like this? It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Like, the album is called Big Disgrace, and the artist is called Hot and Freddy. Repeat, Haute and Freddy. That's ampersand for and. Freddy, Hot and Freddy. Listen to it, enjoy it, dance your ass off. Yeah. So yeah, do listen to that album. I guarantee you will really enjoy it. Another album that's come out recently, I'll talk about, and it is the latest Periphery album, which is called A Pale White Dot. This is the 8th LP from the dare I say, gent. They call themselves gent. I don't believe gent's a genre. Like, that's what they called the last album. A Pale White Dot by Periphery. And Periphery, I'm sure I've said on this podcast before, I just don't really dig downtuned stuff. Like, or gent as a genre. But Periphery, they always get a pass from me. I really like Periphery. I think they're great. The first album I'm not all that bothered about because it was more like experimentation, trying to find the sound. But like, they came into their own like when they released Periphery 2. The Juggernaut double album, Alpha Omega, is fucking incredible. I love that. That might be my favourite Periphery album. And then they started going down this whole road of Periphery 3, Selective Faculty, Periphery 4, Hailstan, and Periphery 5, Gent is not a genre. So, like, obviously, like, all the albums were, like, named, like, P3, P4, P5. And this is the first album they've got into without giving it the whole P number thing. And this is one of the more emotional albums of Periphery's career, as they've gone into talk about on a lot of their interviews and stuff. This is quite a raw sounding album, deals on the subject of loneliness, and very emotive, very big sounding, and I really, really like this album. I really like a lot of Periphery albums. I think this is really good, and it is definitely quite different for them. The lyrical energy is very raw sounding. It's very hard hitting, a lot of this stuff. They're dealing with different tunings that are low as fuck. The production is always very pleasing when listening to this band. They always know what they're doing. And they're a band that really, really do bring the heavy when they can, and it sounds great. 3 guitarists are in this band, and all 3 of them are really good. Spencer Sotelo, that's his name. Spencer Sotelo, who is an amazing vocalist, hell of a vocalist, able to come up with hooks like skyscraper high, like just incredible hooks, and like way more interesting than most gent bands, in my opinion. You know, I'm not really into Tesseract or, you know, Monuments or any of that sort of stuff. Textures, it's just not for me. It's not for me. You know, I suppose you could throw. I wouldn't really. I mean, could you throw Sleep Token in there? Nah, Sleep Token aren't really a gent band, but they do have like the really low range guitars, and a lot of people who are into that genre do like Sleep Token. But yeah, I prefer these way more. I prefer these over Spirit Box as well, I think. I do like Spirit Box, but I think these are better than Spirit Box. But yeah, this album's really good. Like I say, very raw and very, very awesome. Just brilliant musicianship all around. Production's great. And what they are very, very good at is like doing like the whole synth heavy stuff as well. Like the introduction to the first track on Obsession, where it's just got like this loop going on, and it just sounds very, very sort of like dissonant and dark before going into like some blast beats that just sound like very, very black metal at times. And Black Wall, which is just like literally just a synth track with Spencer's vocals. Like there's moments on that album, on that track in particular, that sound fucking incredible. But yeah, full of good riffs, full of good solos. This band are brilliant. They're always brilliant. And it's quite a slightly different direction for Periphery to go down. Like they're not going with the goofy album titles or goofy song names. I mean, Mr. God sounds quite goofy in itself, but like still, it's a bit more serious, bit heavier, I think. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. Definitely, I think Periphery are great. And you know what? I'm dying to see Periphery live again. Really am. Last time I saw Periphery was on the P3 tour, Select Difficulty. So 2017, maybe, I want to say. So yeah, I've been meaning to see Periphery again for a long time. So if they could just come to the UK, which they don't often do, would love to see them. Yeah. So yeah, Periphery, A Pale White Dot is the name of the album. It's really good. But yeah, been playing some games as well. Been playing Metroid Prime 4. Finally finished that. It was okay. The game was okay. Loved the first Metroid Prime. Thought it was fantastic. Thought it was really, really good. This one is good. There are moments when I think this game looks fucking incredible and like the best Switch 2 game that's out there. Moments where it looks like that. I think the game does dip quite a bit after your first 3 or 4 hours or so. There's a lot of like padding with it. It's a bit different. Yeah, not a fan of having the NPCs in there either. Yeah, it's a funny one. It came out like the back end of last year as well, like December last year, and I picked it up and I started playing it. And for some reason, like I stopped playing it, and then I went back into it recently, and I finally finished it, and I thought it was good. There was just moments of it where it was just like really lacking, and there was like some really tedious moments where you had to drive around in this desert and collect these crystals, and it's quite annoying. So yeah, if you want to get into a Metroid game, I suggest going for the first Metroid Prime remaster that you can get on Switch 1 and Switch 2. So yeah, that's really, really good. Prime 4, it's okay. It's just okay. And I've just started playing Eco, which I just picked up yesterday actually. I just picked it up. It's I got it was originally released at PS2, but you can get like this PS3 bundle where it's like that and Shadow of the Colossus as a HD remaster, and it looks really, really good. So I've already played Shadow of Colossus I think it was last year I played it, and this is the new one. No, not the new one. Eco is the first one, I think. The Eco is the one I've not played. Shadow of Colossus I have played. So I've just started Eco, and so far so good. I'm liking the look of it. So I'll report on that a bit more. And I don't think it's a long game either, so should hopefully get it done soon. But for now, that'll do. And I will see you later. And when I'm back, I'll talk about Eco, and I'll talk about Slam Dunk. Don't think I've got any other gigs lined up, have I? Don't think I have. Let me just have a check. Let me just have a quick check here. I've got Slammy D on the Sunday, and that's it. Really? Fucking hell. So after Slam Dunk, the next gig I got is bloody Outbreak Festival. Oh, fuck. So yeah, that'll be it. Right, okay. I will see you.